Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chums channel. Today we're gonna do a full review on the Saberforge Dissident, so let's delve directly into it, shall we?
What we do here is go back.
Welcome back. Now we're gonna take a close-up look of the Rome Coda, or the Saberforge Dissident lightsaber. Of course, this is an empty hilt, so the hole's still open. There will be a switch in there, and the electronics will go inside the hilt. But for now, we're just going to show you the empty hilt as if. And we start with the middle section. The middle section is really cool. So it already has weathered edges, as you can see, all around. The shroud is removable with the retention screw. The retention screw also holds in place the blade plug or blade. So this is a single retention screw acting as multiple purposes. Let's see if we can zoom in now. Put it to the side. Then we take it out, so we can remove the shroud like this. This is the shroud, very simple. Both the inside and outside are black anodized. I like this shroud a lot. It looks really cool with this gash here. I see a lot of people customize this shroud by dremeling some cuts and some lightning effects into them, and I think that's really cool. Put this one to the side. So this is the emitter section itself. You could use the lightsaber like this if you wish to, without the shroud. Now first of all, let me just take out the blade plug really quick. So this is the blade plug that comes with this saber, just a standard blade plug from Saberforge, nothing too fancy. I'm gonna replace it for a more better looking blade plug, because I find these a little bit too plain and too boring. And then we have the first look inside the hilt. So this is the hole. Here's the hole for the blade plug. Some dirty nails, sorry about that. Dirty guy. Been out for hiking a lot. So this is the retention screw wire, and that also runs into the shroud itself. See? And then this screw here. Now the only problem I have so far with this design is there is quite a bit of rattle, because there's spacing from left to right on the shroud and the emitter section. So I have to find a way to fix that semi-permanently, because this is very annoying. Even if you put the screw in, that retention screw for the blade, it will still make that rattling sound, and it's super annoying. This is just a wrap that came with the saber itself. It's just like a shoelace wrap. I'm gonna replace it as well. I don't like the look of it. And then this section unscrews as well. So if you are a do-yourself lightsaber smith, you want to install the electronics yourself, this is a very nice feature, because it makes it a little bit easier to install the electronics yourself. Now the retention hole for the LED unit is here. So as you can see, here's the LED retention screw hole. Just under this wrap for now. As I said, I'm gonna redo that wrapping, and then it lines up here. So there's around 3 to 4 threads in this section here. So what's nice is you can put in the LED from this end. You place in the LED, and then you can just screw on everything in place, and then you can wire up, for example, the battery and the soundboard, etc., to the LED if you wish to. This is the other side. the hole for the switch. So far as I can see, this whole section goes all the way down till the pommel, and then we go to the switch section itself. See 2 threads here, and then we have the section for the control section. You see the control section is a lot thicker than the actual gripping area, even though it has a leather wrap on it. It's a lot thicker in this area. And then the leather wrap itself, this is a dark, I think a chocolate brown leather wrap. I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna replace the leather wrap for a genuine higher quality leather wrap, maybe one from Solo's Hilt, I'm not sure, but it will be replaced because I don't like the glossy look of it. It's too shiny, it's too thin. It might be real leather, but it doesn't feel like real leather to me. Then we have the cover tech wheel all the way near the bottom of the pommel. The pommel is flat, so it's really nice and low, so it hangs nice and low on the belt. And then the pommel itself, vented for sound, has slight weathering done on the pommel itself as well. Yep. And here's the pommel, long threads by the way for this pommel, and then the vent hole with the circlip to keep this vent hole in place, this vent I should say. And then we have the inside of the hilt. We have the cover tech wheel screw wire here in the hole, and that's it basically. Let me just screw everything back together really quick, and then we measure up and compare it to other sabers. So reassembling, all simple, just in reversed order. Go. Now this design, I'm not happy with it. The shroud is just basically floating and held in place by this retention screw, screw. The reason why I don't like the construction of the shroud is that the hilt and the blade move independently, and the shroud as well. And the shroud is bolted into the hilt, into the emitter section, so there's movement here left and right, which will have has strain on the screw wire. Plus the blade is in here and flexes and might hit this. So you have 3 points where there is flexibility, and I hate that, and it allows rattling, and it also will have an impact on the screw wire here and wearing out potentially that little grub screw here, which I don't like as a design. So even if you screw this all the way in, there's still rattle from left to right. So you need to address this if you hate rattly stuff like me. I absolutely hate rattly stuff. So I'm gonna find a solution to semi-permanently fix this in place with the emitter section itself. So let me grab, let me measure it up really quick. The hilt from top to bottom, 12.5 inches long. The diameter at the switch section slash shroud is around 1.6 inches in diameter here, in width, and at the wrapping area it's a 1.4 inches. So it's like and the diameter at the base of the pommel, and the diameter of the base of the pommel is as you can see around 1.5 inches. Let me just compare the saber really quick, and let us quickly compare the lightsaber. We got the Saberforge Bastion on the right, and we got a Vader's Vault Acolyte on the left. So I'm gonna line that nicely up, and then we're gonna show that to you guys. So as you can see, the Vader's Vault Acolyte is slightly taller, and the Saberforge Bastion is quite shorter. Showing the length really quick. Here we have a shot of the lightsabers stacked up next to each other. You can see the Acolyte is still quite a bit taller than the Dissident, and the Saberforge Bastion is quite a bit shorter than the Dissident, and also slightly thinner. Both the Vader's Vault and the Saberforge Bastion are thinner in diameter of the hilt. But I have to say the leather wrapping area is thinner than I expected. Compared to some of the other Saberforge Elites that I have held. In terms of holding it, it's quite comfortable actually. And yeah, that is the short close-up look. So let's go to the verdict area. And welcome back, guys. So I hope you liked the review. Let's go directly into the verdict. I really like this hilt a lot. This is a really cool design. I really think the aesthetics fall in exact place what I like in a lightsaber. It's quite long, so it's definitely a two-hander. Good for dueling, very good for dueling indeed. I mean, it allows you to grip the saber on a lot of areas and a lot of places while maintaining a very good gripping. The leather wrapping is done decent. It's not the best leather wrap, it's not the best used leather. I would have seen the leather wrapping being done a little bit better, because on the bottom it just goes into this edge and easily peels off. This leather wrap will be replaced for a proper leather wrap. We'll do that in a separate video. We're gonna customize this hilt a little bit further. But as the base of the hilt is, it's a really nice looking hilt. The edges on the shroud are nicely tapered, and they also have slight weathering to it, so it's really pleasing to look at. Now in overall the construction, as I say before, overall in terms of construction, the only gripe I have with this hilt is the shroud. The shroud is loose, basically it's just free floating and held in place by the retention screw for the blade. I don't like that. I'm gonna semi-permanent fix that with probably super glue or some other cohesive material or whatnot to semi-put it in place. I don't want this to move or rattle. It will be permanent, basically will be permanently fixed in my personal opinion. And then I'm gonna I just don't like this. I absolutely hate this. I also don't think it's a very strong design, because there is tension on the screw wire, as I said before with some other Saberforge sabers. I've seen it before, and it's not my preference. It's not my preference, and I don't think it's the best design ever. I like this hilt a lot more than I expected. The overall construction and design of the hilt is very sturdy and very rigid. It's well designed. Besides the shroud, which I don't think is a very good design at all. I think there's a design flaw in this hilt, but that can be fixed with either some glue or some other material, semi-permanent fix to the hilt, to the middle section, and then you got rid of that rattling. So if you guys are interested in a longer hilt with a long leather wrap area and a tapered shroud, then this saber is absolutely something for you to look into. That's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. I'm gonna play some more with the saber, and hopefully see you in the next video. Stays coming.